How's it going, everybody? You know who it is. My name is Sunwoo, and in today's video we are going to take a look at a piece of cheap gear that makes a super fine addition to any musician's or music producer setup. And without further ado, here is the BOSS OS-2 Overdrive and Distortion. But it doesn't have to be this specific distortion. There are so many old pedals out there that can be had for very little money. I got this one for about $30 US or around 4,000 yen. So this was really affordable, and there are tons of these out there that you can use for your music. So they are affordable, and more importantly, these are super fun to play with. You can send so many things through this and just make them sound nice and gnarly. So let's take a look at a few use cases and what this specific unit can do. But before we get into the details, I'd like to introduce to you Magic Mind. I've had this wonderful drink now every day with my morning coffee for quite some time, because not only does it prolong the positive effects of coffee, like boosting your energy, giving you focus and creativity, but it also reduces the negative aspects like anxiety and jitters, and therefore helps you to stay creative throughout the whole day. And on top of that, the founder of this is an avid OP1 user and fan of this channel himself, which is how I got hooked on this stuff. So if you want to check it out, link and coupon code down in the description. First up, I've got the Pocket Operator Tonic, which is a digital drum machine hooked up to this analog distortion device, and I'm going to play some 808s through it. And I'm doing this because this is how I first noticed this overdrive pedal, because there was a video out there, I'm going to link to it somewhere down there, which compared a lot of distortion devices on 808 kick drums. And if you know anything about 808s, they are begging for some distortion in order to be audible on smaller systems, such as phone speakers, so the local kids in the park can actually hear the 808s going on in the music. So that's why we're going to listen to some 808s through this pedal now. First up, without the effect added. And now let's add the pedal. You are gonna wonder, where's all the sound gone? But don't worry. As you can hear, we get nice distorted sound now. So this knob over here mixes between the overdrive and the distortion circuit. So in this particular unit, there are two different circuits installed, an overdrive and a distortion. And here we got the mix knob. Obviously, the distortion circuit is a lot fatter, gives you a lot more bass. And the overdrive is cutting quite a lot of bass, but it's still nice to be able to mix between them. I think the distortion circuit is some kind of rat clone, but I'm not an expert when it comes to that. So next up, we've got the drive knob. Which we're not even halfway now. So you can hear, you can really crush your signal. Let's turn it halfway and play with the mix knob. And next up, we've got the low and high tone control. So on the low side, we get more low frequencies. And here we get more high frequencies. So I'm guessing it's just a simple low pass filter. And you can hear this really smacks. to normal. So you can hear there are quite versatile possibilities from, adding a little saturation to completely destroying your signal. But of course, it would be boring to only use it on 808 sounds. So let's try it out on a complete drum beat. Let's try to hit it a little less. I really like this 1 o'clock position here for the mix knob. And the difference is apparent. This sounds super clean right now. And this gets you some dirty club feeling. And here you got a really like almost a high pass filtered sound. So could be cool for a transition or something. And just for a second, let's get back to the 808s because I want to demonstrate what a difference distortion makes on small speakers when playing 808s. And for that, I'm going to use the pocket operator KO. So I'm going to run this whole setup, the sound coming from here, through the pocket operator KO and let it play through its speakers and record that for you so you know what these 808s will sound like through this small speaker here. Okay, so it's all hooked up to the pocket operator KO. I'm going to hold this a bit closer to the mic and then play the 808s first without the distortion activated. And now with. Again without it. And now with. Without it. And you can hear how it completely transforms these 808s, makes them more audible, and you can really shape your sound into something completely different just using the simple analog distortion unit. And I really like this particular one with the mix knob between the two circuits. I think you can get a lot of different sounds out of it and not necessarily always adding bass or always adding high frequencies, but really decide what you want to do with your sound. And next up, this use case is always super fun because now we are going to use it on vocals. In this case, I'm just going to use the OP1's mic because it's easier to hook up, and we're going to use the vocoder afterwards. But first, some dry vocals and then with overdrive on top. So you can already hear the dry vocals right now. These are my dry vocals. And now let's call up my good friend HP Baxter. Yeah, yeah, I feel hardcore. Yeah, always, always hardcore. Yeah, wicked, wicked. Yeah, yeah. How much is the fish? Maria, believe me, I like it loud. Maria, believe me, I like it loud. So you can hear these vocals really get more intense with this. Let's try it on some rap maybe. So. Ich komm vom Berg wie ne Lawine und spray mit Bullets die Kabine. Ich geb dir Blei wie ne Platine, denn ich schrei wie ne Maschine. Yup, 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 higher als der Messner, flyer als ne Cessna, higher als die Steiermark, mehr Blei am Start als Western. Deine Zeit war gestern, meine Zeit Silvester. Deine Mike an meine Mike an deine Mike, Kids Mac, my bitch. Doch ich rede nicht von Prodigy, komm in deine Gegend, Eier größer als ein Togepi. Ich geb dir Wannabe, eine wie Bobby Green, Mann, das ist kein Comedy, wie Billy Connolly. Berg, wo kommt der her? Dieser Typ ist ein Mythos legendär, das ist er, der Boy vom Berg. Wo kommt der her? Ja, der Boy vom Berg. Alright. This is the OS2 with some vocals and some spit everywhere, but they don't call it spit and bars for no reason. So let's turn on the vocoder in the OP1 and send the vocoder through it. And in case you got an OPZ with the line module, I think a distortion unit is a lot of fun because you can easily route any of the tracks into the distortion unit whenever you want. So this is it without the distortion unit. And now let's route the bass line to it. And of course, we could also route any other track to it. So let's take away the bass line and route the drums to it. Right now you can still hear the original drums. So we've got a kind of parallel processing, but I could mute the drums. And now I can only hear the drums going through here. Oh, let's turn the bass line back on. Yeah, and if we want, we could just destroy everything. And I think it sounds a lot more powerful like this than like this. And as you can tell, it's really easy to get lost in tweaking these knobs. And to me, this is one of the most important aspects of making music. It's the times when you get lost in it, when you just experiment with certain things. What happens if I tweak this knob and this knob, or maybe all of these knobs at the same time? What happens if I put this sound through this unit and then maybe through another unit as well? And yeah, just discovering new possibilities, new sound shaping options, and maybe some of those things will stick and make it into your music. Either way, you don't have to buy a distortion unit immediately. You can do all of this in your DAW as well for free. However, I like using real knobs in real time, which is why I bought this. There will be millions of these on the used market. There are different types of distortion units. Just check out sound examples to see which one you like. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did making this video. If you did, I would appreciate a like, a comment down below. If you want to further support the channel, check my Patreon and my Ko-fi account, link down in the description. There you will also find private lessons. And finally, don't forget to check out Magic Mind, link and coupon code down in the description.